30-year-old Kak-Wan Lau, born in Hong Kong. At age 3, moved to Spain, recently moved back to Hong Kong.
He was 143rd in last year's main event, mostly an online cash player.
Under the gun +1. Lau, reaching for Lavenders, must have a hand. Ace-King. A raise to 225. Will Kassouf with pocket nines.
Big hands for the two most active players at this table, and two players who don't seem to care much for each other.
Nines were not kind to Lau, as Fernando Pons doubled through Lau, holding nines against Lau's aces.
535.
A re-raise to 535. Abu Ghazal now with jacks.
38-year-old Israeli-born amateur, works in real estate. Pocket jacks with 18 big blinds. He'd usually shove, but he's staring at a raise and a re-raise in front of him.
And a pay bump coming, no middle ground for Adi.
Big decision.
Best hand, no bluff.
And though Lau and Kassouf are very active, here they have both raised from early position, so either one could have a big hand.
As you mentioned, with his stack, it's all or nothing for Adi.
Big laydown.
He opts for nothing.
That was a big laydown. Abu Ghazal did not want to risk his main event in that spot. Can't blame him.
Christopher on the button with queen tray of hearts.
Clock. Such an idiot.
Allard folds the big blind back to Lau now with ace-king, and he's going to make a quick call.
Think about it. Think about it, Gokman. No? Don't even think about it? Snap call?
Yeah, why should someone act quickly?
Heads up now. Lau and Kassouf again. 10 and 10 and a queen. Lau with a Broadway draw. Lau checks to the pre-flop aggressor. Kassouf with 2 pair of nines and
550.
10s on board. 550.
This is a Hatfield-McCoy situation, and McCoy's got the better of it right now.
That's more than a third of the pot. Lau with the draw and 2 overs. Plus, it's Will Kassouf. You want to get the best of Will Kassouf if you're playing with him, and there is the call. Almost $2.5 million up for grabs. Turn card. 8 of spades. Lau checks again.
They're both stubborn. They both don't like each other much. It's a good thing there is a dealer between the two of them. We should try that line.
Exactly. Kassouf. He wants a piece of Lau as much as Lau wants a piece of him. He opts not to bet.
Well, not to nitpick, but he could have checked 3 seconds sooner.
Another queen counterfeiting Kassouf, so Lau's ace with a 2 pair on board is best.
Just a terrible card for Kassouf.
Lau will check a 3rd time.
As you mentioned, Kassouf's 2 pair no longer good. The pocket nines have been counterfeited. He can't win the pot now unless he bets at it. Will he fire?
He has the chip stack to speculate.
1.25 million.
Half the pot and a wee bit more.
Yeah, he fires, trying to get Lau off of his ace high.
The name of the game in Hold'em is put your opponent in a tough spot, and that's exactly where Lau is.
The pace of play is so slow, many of the players here have left the table and are forming support groups nearby.
And no speech from Kassouf here. Lau doesn't know what to make of that.
No speech from Kassouf, and no give up from Lau. He doesn't want to give it up.
Will's not supposed to talk here, so he's following directions at least.
Clock this.
And he calls a clock.
You have 50 seconds to act on your hand. If you haven't acted, there will be a 10-second countdown. At the count of 0, your hand would be dead.
Yeah, a fold from Lau.
9 high like a boss. Counterfeited. Sake. My life. Nice got ace high in this coup. Calls on. Put that on the blog. 9 high like a boss.
Win with grace, lose with grace. Not part of Will Kassouf's makeup. And Lau might be on tilt.
Yeah, not a big loss for Lau, but it could have been a nice game.
It's a sick river, isn't it? Sickest river.
A decision for all her chips with pocket queens.
Well, there's over 600k in there, so I want you to call.
You cannot say anything that influences the action at hand. Saying what's in the pot, you cannot
But
say
she
that.
keeps saying to me
You
that she's got the
cannot
best
say.
hand.
You cannot say what's in the pot. Anything that influences the action, you
All
cannot
these,
say.
like, he's like doing, you're
talking-
like breaking all these rules, and they're not giving you a penalty. They're not doing anything.
The
for it.
decision's on you, young lady, and you don't need to go on
I mean-
about it.
I'm just.
World Series officials on scene to keep it within bounds.
I want you to call. I told you. Good luck to you. But I did say I'll keep it friendly because it's you and it's a friendly table. If you fold and show, I will show. I'll keep it friendly.
No way.
But I want you to call 100%. Don't want to bust out with the whole camera crew watching there. This will be embarrassing. You don't put me on this hand, I tell you. I can't say what I've got, but you do not put me on this hand. I'm not talking about my hand.
How come his hand is still live when he?
I'm just saying you don't put me on this hand. That's all I said.
Action's on you.
Yeah, I know, but I
Action's
mean.
on you.
Isn't the rule talk to influence action? You can't
gonna
talk
have
to
a-
influence action.
He has. He's telling me he wants me
I
to
will be
call.
having a discussion with this gentleman after this hand is over. At
That's
this
fine.
point, there's nothing that's out of line, but we will be having a talk.
That's fine. All I said was I'll keep it friendly. If she
So let's
folds and
just-
show, I will show.
until
I'll
this
keep it
hand's
friendly.
over.
That's it's a friendly table. We're
I'm
just
gonna be
having enjoying
friendly now.
ourselves.
Let's stop talking until
Okay.
this hand's over.
That's fine.
That's friendly.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to bust me?
I'm not trying to bust you.
Sir? I'm not going to ask you again.
Okay. Okay.
Just 2 hands ago, these two had a similar showdown. Kassouf check shoved on the turn with a straight flush, talked up a storm, and Madison correctly folded a pair of aces.
That's a big gun.
I said I'll show. I'll keep it friendly.
You're going to show me a worse hand now. What does that mean?
I'm not. But
This is your last warning. You're going to get a penalty. If you
She
speak
she
again.
comes talking to me. I said nothing.
She's not talking to you
She-
personally.
she
She's
just talked
talking
to me.
out loud, okay? You will receive a penalty if another word comes out of your mouth until this hand is finished.
Will's talk is fine until they tell him it's not. Now LaFleur says he cannot talk.
Tournament director Jack Effel right on Kassouf's shoulder.
Well, now he's talking without speaking. He's pushing it.
I'm going to handle this one. Thank you, sir.
I need a lot of time here to make a decision. I'm sorry.
Will has put Stacy all in. Stacy has the best hand.
Hey, Floor, how about a clock? We all have to
Stablemate Mitch Garsofsky has called the clock on Stacy.
If you have enacted, you will get a 10-second countdown. At the count of 0, your hand will be dead.
You know, it's a big decision.
All right, slow down.
Usually I'm in favor of calling the clock, but she has been under siege most of the time from Will Kassouf. I would have given her a little more room.
The floor person does have the authority to deny a clock request.
I'm going to ask you real quick. The
I
next
didn't
time
say
you,
what.
if you make one more gesture like that,
Okay. I'm just trying to be friendly with the lady. That,
this is not friendly.
Okay.
Okay?
I was told I can't
want to see
say
you.
another
I don't
word.
want to see you move. You and I are going to have a conversation
Okay.
when this
I'll
hand is
apologize.
over.
Okay.
Okay?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She
You want to
folds.
see it?
Yeah, I want to.
Sick bluff. Turn the double gutter and missed. Never mind. 9 high like a boss. No heart. Big heart of a lion.
9 high like a boss.